Welcome back to a conversation with the Nyotas. It's been amazing every time to come and share with you our story. We hope it has been impacting you. And you can share comments down here.
Yeah.
Has our story impacted you in any way? What are you learning? What has been your best episode yet? We have many episodes of our life journey together. And, now we have a family. So, you're going to see many facets of this. You can just tell us what has really impacted on you. And remember to subscribe always so that you receive the best when we always have any episode out. I am Mwalimu Nyota, and this is my beautiful wife,
Agnes Motebe Nyota.
Amazing. And today you're in for an amazing conversation. But before the conversation, let's do our good icebreaker.
Why am I looking at you suspiciously? Ask the
Today's
question.
icebreaker, we hope that we are not going to get a tie with the answer.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see. Okay, so today's icebreaker, who has been inspiring you and why have they been inspiring you?
I'm going to answer first so that you copy me. No, you answer first.
Okay, today at least I get the chance.
The other time I answered first.
Yeah,
then
and you took mine.
You copied me.
You took mine.
Okay.
Okay, we are one. 1 plus 1 is 1. Well, so the person who has been inspiring most recently was, recently, it's Aliko Dangote. Yes, the Nigerian businessman.
Yeah.
He's the richest man in Africa. I've been inspired by his clarity of vision of what he wants to do for Africa. I've watched dozens of interviews he has been doing, especially the past 1 month, and looking at him, he is looking to tackle the biggest problems in Africa. For example, now he is dealing with oil and energy. That's the energy sector.
Yeah.
And he built a big oil refinery in Nigeria, the biggest in the world.
Oh, really?
Yes, doing 650,000 barrels a day.
I don't understand how that means, but it sounds big.
Last month, he even surpassed that to hit 700,000. It's not beat hit by any other refinery on earth. And they're coming to East Africa. So, there is all that, they're looking at where best to set up.
Yeah.
I pray they set up in Kenya, and
What does that mean for Kenya?
It means for Kenya, it means a lot of things. One, processing is a value addition. So we are going to have a company in Kenya which is in the value addition of the energy sector. So we are going to create very many jobs. There's going to be a lot of construction happening. It's a $20 billion, not Kenya shilling. So in Kenya shillings, that's you're looking
and
northwards of trillion.
So that's that amount is by his enterprise.
Yes, they're investing. So it's him, and also he's going obviously to get some other people to invest.
Yeah.
I know countries are bidding to invest. Kenya is bidding to also put part of the money in the National Infrastructure Fund that was created just the other day. But I look at the massiveness of that.
That's big.
And I'm like, I pray that it comes to Kenya. I hope the guys who are pushing are going to push for it to come to Kenya in East Africa. So you can look at the amount of the money that is going to come to the country. Very many people, we are going to source a lot of materials from here. So very many businesses are going to be impacted. Economically, we are going to grow. Like that one company is going to shift like the GDP of the country. When we are looking at the GDP of a country, there are companies you hear like, I think you look at not Google, Samsung. There's a time it was about 17% of the GDP of a nation, one company, because it's so big.
17%.
Yes, you say like Kenya, maybe it's several trillion shillings, maybe 15 or so, 10. You're like, man, 17%, there's a company worth that much.
Yeah.
So it's running a whole GDP. So I'm looking at the massiveness of that company, and then it's having the whole of East Africa. So you can imagine the transport corridor, the logistics hubs that are going to be created along. We are going to have maybe, you're looking at oil from South Sudan, oil from Uganda, oil from DRC. Those are pipelines going to be built. You can think of how many people are going to just grow from this one investment. And then its energy is, we are all living because there is energy, there is sun, there is all these things. Oil moves the economy. Right now, the whole industry, transport sector, logistics, our lives literally depend on it. So you can just think about the massiveness of one investment and how big it would shift an economy. And I hope the guys in government are really pushing. So he has really been, and I think it's because of his focus. And I heard him say something. is he 69 or what, around, he's in his late 60s. And he said something the other day in one of the interviews that he is more aggressive now than he was even younger. For me, it excited me.
Why?
It excited me because you know the way you would think that as you're getting older, you would reduce
You're wearing
zeal.
out, yeah.
And you see, I look even like in ministry, we are pastors, and you hear even Pastor David gives us many examples of people who are in their 80s. Look at the Joyce Myers. They are still very
Bishop
strong.
Doug.
Bishop Doug.
Yeah.
Bishop Doug is what, 67 or what, around there. Look at the amount of work he's doing.
Yeah.
And so now looking also at an industry who's saying, actually, he is now more aggressive than he was even younger. I'm excited. I'm excited that even as we are growing, and I think it makes sense. You don't have children, you know, you're done with children. And even as we've been talking of, hey, can we finish this children business maybe in the next 5 years or so? I'm excited for that time. At that time, I feel like he has some level of clarity of vision. You know, the way when you're starting, you keep, you know, moving step by step, but it's like the more you keep doing something, the more clarity of vision comes.
That's true.
He is very clear now as an industrialist what he is focusing on, big industries, big problems in Africa. So he comes and says, in this country. So what he does is he looks at a nation and says, what are we importing most? So because a commodity is like sugar. And then he says, in the next 5 years, Nigeria is not going to be importing any sugar. So you see the way he is looking now, he is in the energy sector because he didn't used to invest in energy. Now he is it. So he has ensured like Nigeria is very self-reliant, and I hope they are taking it up. I know there's a lot of geopolitics, but I'm like, man, vision keeps getting clearer. And you look at all of them, most people at that age, look at Andrew Womack, look at, it's like the clarity of vision as you keep moving, because you've sieved so many things out, you get very focused. And I'm excited that you see the way the Bible says that even in our old age we shall bear fruit. We shall bear a lot of fruit. Like,
amazing.
so that's why he has been one of the people who has really been inspiring.
You're talking so passionately.
Very passionate. I feel like 60
I should just walk out and let you
let this discussion be about
about investment. That's really cool. Yeah, that's
at
really
least I'm
cool.
sure this one we are not sharing. Sure. This one you
Yeah,
have a different
there's
person.
no way.
There's no way.
There's no way. That will have been my learning point. For me, honestly, in this season, it's our pastors, Reverend Benjamin and Reverend Danu. And the inspiration bit for me is seeing how they are handling this season of growth and building with a lot of grace and wisdom. I think every time I look at their lives, like honestly, they are my human heroes. I know that makes sense. And it's because probably I relate a lot with their journey and their context, because it speaks a lot into who I am becoming. So seeing how they're handling the church growth expansion, the church planting, the leadership dynamics, like making decisions. Like recently we just moved out of a location where we had stayed for 6 years into a new location, and you know, from outside looking in, for them it just looks like it was just an instant decision. Okay, the lease is over. Oh, let's go to Gashi. I'm like, where do you mean?
Like we needed to take a lot of time to think about it.
And it's been now 3 weeks, and imagine we moved. Like it's like Ngara never happened.
And we didn't keep talking about that being like it's like
Ngara never happened. Of course, being part of the leadership, you understand the dynamics that comes with such a move, the logistics, the finances. But for me, they have modeled good kingdom leadership, and I admire that. Yes, I admire that, and I desire that. That is what the people I'm leading see.
Man.
Yeah, they're really amazing people.
I hope there's someone inspiring you, and they're inspiring you big time, so that, you know, you need to keep your eyes on something, and, you know, those people who inspire you, they make you move. You keep seeing the possibilities. And so,
I remember another example. Oh my God. And I, we had a mission to Uganda Gulu the other day. And how being part of the missions leadership team, this was the biggest that we have done since we started doing that kind of the Ignite missions for the last 4 years. And the budget was 1.9 million Kenya shillings in 2 weeks. That money was not there. And then Pastor and Mama are like, yeah, we are doing it. So we do meetings and we're like, okay, I'm waiting to see how this goes.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see how this goes. And we did it. And so there's a time I was even telling you and the people here at the house that my learning point for that week, I got really challenged. And I was like, what if everything that I am stewarding, that has been left under my care in terms of leadership is left to my faith for it to work. For example, if Ignite, if that mission depended on my faith for it to work, will it have worked? You know, and it's so challenging that as a leader under them, like I desire to grow at the pace that they are growing, so that I'm not the weak link in the team. So they don't say we are doing this, and I'm like, are you sure? You know, desiring to get that place where, like, I know it can happen, and I'm part of making it happen.
Wow. And you see, it challenges us as pastors of allocation.
Right.
We have to keep now thinking of those things every time. You're like, hey, am I having faith as my pastor? And it's a good thing that people are modeling. And you can see it being modeled,
can be done.
That it can be done. And you're like, and I feel that's why even our faith journey is very strong. It's one of the biggest. This conversation is so important because of what we are to talk about today. It takes a village. We are going to look at our community, you know, even as we're talking about parenting and, you know, us having a baby. We are going to talk about the village. You know, there is the community. There is the African, there is the African.
It's true, baby, we are in the village. Utawala is a village.
Utawala is a village.
A village near the airport.
Yes,
a village
we have an airport village, or a village airport.
An airport village, wow.
We have a village airport. That's how cool we are in our village. Yeah, it's the end of the world, but we are amazing. There is the African adage that it takes a village to raise a child. Like, and the more you look at it, you see the wisdom in that, saying that it takes a village. It's not just one person, one parent show that that the child, and that even who we are, it was not just our biological parents. They did a big chunk. Then if it's our pastors, they've done a big chunk. If it's our colleagues, they have done mentors. Somewhere you worked, it takes a village. Bosses. It takes a village to raise someone. And today we are going to talk about, that we got a bit. Did you have a thought? You feel
no, sorry.
I caught you like you almost had a thought.
It's okay.
And so we are going to look at our parents, our biological families, and how they took the issue of us getting a child, how that happened. We are going to look at our spiritual parents, and then we are going to look at our friends and colleagues in that sector. So, and maybe the first thing is, how did they take it? Now we have a baby. How was that journey for them, knowing
who
our biological family?
Biological family.
Yes, that's parents, brothers, sisters.
Interesting dynamics, because now for my side, I'll speak for my side, then we'll speak for your side of the family. So from my side of the family, we have an interesting family dynamic. And so I remember you texted, or you called mom, you didn't get her, then you texted her just after I had delivered, because she was out of town for work. Then when you texted her, then I think she called later. And the funny thing is, I don't think we had spoken with her about the pregnancy before. Had we? No. We had, because we long story. We had not been in contact for some time.
Unless they had spoken with my other mom, but for us,
for us we had not. But after you told her that we had gotten baby, she said that she would come. She will come visit, and I think she came 2 days later. And she was happy. It was interesting for me to see her reaction to now that aspect of my growth, because you see your parents' child all your life. Then now you are now a parent. Then now seeing how now they view you as a parent, and seeing her as a grandparent. It was an interesting dynamic for me to see.
Wow. And the same on my side. I think she came to know. When did we tell mom? Maybe
they were around for Christmas. Which Christmas did they come?
It's Christmas.
When I was pregnant.
So when there was on Christmas, just a few months before we delivered, they came to visit us. I think she knew when they came for days, an event, they came here. Then she just dropped at our house to see us. And then she was like, wow. And you're like, yes, this is how we are, this is where we are. And, you know, she was excited.
Yeah.
One, it's my mom, like,
Yeah.
was longing to be a grandma.
Yeah.
Eh, like,
she was. How did you know?
let's-
She told you.
Yes, like all along, even when she was like getting like all along looking, am I getting married? Am I
Yeah.
finding somebody? Am I taking long? Like she would always be excited that, hey, you'll get married.
You get
I'm
married
going
and
to
have
get-"
children.
Even when he got married, she's like, yes, I know I'm going to get a grandchild. And I think for her one, I know her history a bit. Lost her mom when she was very young. They were in class what? They were just her and my uncle. So she grew up from, you know, with other uncles.
Yeah.
You know, from a separated family. So the dad was out of the picture, still alive. I came to know later that actually the dad, now my grandfather, was alive. Just met him maybe once. So her life, her mom never saw the fruit of us. Like, we never met our grandmother on that side. So even growing up, she kept telling us,
Yeah.
she prays that God would keep her to see us drive and become. Like she always.
Yeah.
So now her seeing, I know like it was one of her greatest joys to get a grandchild.
Grandchild.
Like, I am a shush. And I remember even that I'm a shush. He posted I'm a shush on status. You know, like, so
We
it
should
was,
send her photos.
Yeah, we should, yeah. Even the other day she saw on my status, she's like, she has really grown.
Yeah.
I just told her the next time you're coming, she'll be the one opening the
Opening
gate
the gate.
for you.
Yeah.
But it was, it was one of those moments you're like, mate, there's something bigger, like, and family is so amazing. Looking at my brothers and sisters, they also came, you know, and they were excited. They are now aunts, you know, an aunt and an uncle. They are there. We have even our smallest in grade 8.
He's an
uncle. Like, and for them, they
small
you know,
uncle.
small uncle. So I feel like the way family embraced it, you know, it had, like, it speaks a lot to connection and to family.
That's right.
Yeah, like
that's
being-
right. Like, and also speaking into that, because I don't. Did you talk about my relationship with my family in the previous episodes? I forget.
I'm not sure.
If we had
You can
shared.
maybe,
But the brief of it is that we've not been in, we've not had a good relationship with my family for maybe the last 5 years or so. So even getting into the season of getting married, like, we tried making amends here and there. We got better, you know, from how things had been.
Yes, and that was a
but
miracle.
still, like, we had not like gotten to that like perfect, good,
Harmony,
cute family.
yeah.
Yes. So even in our first year of marriage, like, we'll have conversations with them
But-
probably once every 5 months, you know, and all that. So I didn't know what to expect now when we told them that we have a baby. But now when mom came, actually now she's come twice.
Twice,
Yes,
imagine.
and I
This is just
and
3
I
months.
kept-
She's already come twice.
Twice in 3 months. And you said before, actually, after I moved out of my mother's house after uni, like, she had never come to anywhere I had lived.
Wow.
So now coming now to our home now was the first place now she was coming. Like, for me, that was like, you know, like, she's still a mother.
Yes,
like, you know,
your mom
your
is
parent is
there.
still your parent, you know, regardless of whatever
And you
disagreements
see
you may be having.
she's genuine. Like, for us,
Yes.
I remember, like, yes, both of us, we were not sure what
to
the reaction.
expect.
And, you know,
Yeah.
she comes, she's a mom,
She
she's
was
with
happy.
the baby. She was happy.
She brought us a lot of shopping.
Both times,
Both times, we're like, wow.
we went and we were like, what?
Yeah.
And we were like, that was
It was really heartwarming.
It was heartwarming. We were like, hey, this is amazing. It didn't feel like a burden or like something. They are concerned about us. And we can maybe talk even about the roles, like what roles have they played during that transition.
Yeah. No, I remember. I don't know if this answers your question. It's just another random thought I remembered when
it's okay. It's our show. No?
Yes, when your mom had come and she came the day we came back home with with baby, our first day
from the hospital.
from the hospital. So she came with a lot of food also from home.
Murang'a,
And she was so hands-on in the kitchen, helping with cooking. Then now how watching you, like I enjoyed that moment. Now how watching you as a father, like how you were so involved with baby. So you were the one who was doing the evening routine that day. So you're preparing the bath, and then she's like, what did she tell you in the kitchen?
I remember, so we came after we had done with it, and she was like, I think it's the next morning we were now seriously talking about it.
Yeah.
And she said in 3 days. So she was like, wow. Like I was telling her how I know everything. I know how to change the diaper, I clean the baby, all those things. She just was like, wow. She just said, whatever you people are being taught is good. She's like, I don't think your dad even knows how to change a diaper. She's like, you people like, the baby is okay. You know how to take care of the baby. She was so amazed. I think, and you know, one of the things, so what happens when we are in this season, when a baby comes, the parents would come and they are very busy in the house. Then she comes and she is resting.
There is no work
actually
for them.
It was like holiday. Apart from cooking, nothing else. Because we dealt with the baby.
We are taking care of baby.
Then you see, I was helping you, were helping us. We had started the baby routine now because of our spiritual parents. So she comes, the baby is sleeping at the right time. You people, we are still working. I still have my meeting. She even just commented, you people are back to your normal lives.
Yeah, she was
like
amazed.
She was so amazed, and just like she would even sleep like that. And I'm like, yes, relax. You're usually busy in the village. Just relax. And for me, it was interesting to give her a different face of parenting. And she is wowed, and
because many times, like when parents come to help, they come to an overwhelmed couple who are who need. Then they came and found that we had a lot of help. Actually.
We had actually also a lot of help, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we had a lot of help already. So for her, it was actually holiday.
Holiday. She came for holiday, so they were.
She was just like, wow.
They come they sleep here. I think in the garden, they move out, they go out.
Very interesting.
It was amazing to give her, because I feel she also enjoyed now being a short. Because I think if she just came and worked, it would be a lot of work, which is what she's used to. But this time she had time to now spend with the baby, just be there, be happy, take photos, do those things. Like I feel like it still takes us back to the humanity that we have, like parents and the bond we carry. Like they are our parents. No matter what your parent would have done, I feel like those moments, they catch you like men. She's your mom and she cares. She loves it. Even if there was a misunderstanding that happened at whatever time, maybe because you had learned something that she may not have been exposed to. That was that. And she's your mom and she loves you, and everything came from a place of love. It was never from a place of hate or anything. And I feel like these moments just expose us to those aspects, like, wow, my mom loves me. Actually, we may not have gotten on the right path at some point.
Or they may not say it. They may not say I love you.
They don't.
But you know they do.
They do, and you look at them and you're like, so it was.
That's right.
It was very amazing. And even seeing that too, Lucy, for them, they come with provision. Man, that first month, we just
they sorted us. We had a lot of supply.
Right, left a lot of supply. They are coming with diapers, everything. You're like, food. I don't think that month we bought anything. There was.
It was amazing.
And you see, there were the primary people who actually came with provision that month. And also that care, like you have people. Because you see, by the time they were coming, I remember like my mom, before they knew we have help, we have like other help around. They were like, we've actually planned with your sister.
They will be coming.
She'll be coming every weekend, and maybe come help clean. I'm like, wow. Even her seeing her cleaning clothes, she's like, no, I'm done cleaning clothes for baby. Like it was exciting. Like it was just exciting.
Even her volunteering, like to help. Like for example, even like some of the things that we had to have wisdom to navigate was how to receive their help. But also maintain our standards, quote unquote. For example, we were up to something in the sense of how we want to begin to have routine for baby. There are times like there's how we have scheduled baby to be asleep or to be awake. But now that the grandparents are around and they're just around for 2 days, we're like, okay, we can wing it for these 2 days just to give them that joy. Like the day when we allowed her to come and help with clean baby, you're like, okay,
baby, she was happy.
Like that's why they have come. So let's let them do it without telling them no, that's not how we want it to be done. Like if they raised us, I mean.
And even the grace, like I felt like that grace to not be that hard. No, it's not, like the grace to say, this is how you're doing it, and just
and communicating
in
the
a
journey
way,
we are on in a way that does not disregard the wisdom they are giving.
Or dishonor them.
Yes,
that was very...
Yeah, it was really amazing.
I remember she was making a call one of the days and calling someone, talking to someone at home, and she's like, hey, they were talking about how somebody also has gotten a baby.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, you should tell her to come to this place, and she be taught a system where the baby has been put on a system. They are still working. I listened to that conversation.
The baby is independent.
Yes, the baby is independent. They're also working. It's like life is moving. She was amazed. So she was even telling me how in the kitchen that the next morning, how maybe it's the reason their bodies take a big hit after parenting because they are the only ones doing it. The mothers, for maybe that generation, maybe the dads are busy working. Not that they're responsible. They are busy working, then the woman is the one doing it. At times the woman is the one she's working. She's maybe even a single parent working.
Has other children, toddlers.
Men, if you have a child with anyone, don't leave that woman. Yes, because I'm like, what is that? Like, look, like looking
I'm scared for those men already.
I look at that journey and I could see her pain. She's like, wow, maybe we could have recovered better.
Yeah.
Now her appreciating. And you see, I go back to thinking.
Are you getting emotional?
Who, me? No, we can't. I'm now thinking of the way she would say she wants to see her children thrive. And I would look at her and I'm like, wow, she's seeing it. She's seeing it. And it's amazing to just think of that journey for them. And even having them in our life. And also feeling like even the grace we had to talk to them on the journey and the training we want for the baby, like that journey and and now seeing them actually accepting, looking at it, and when they saw it worked, they didn't actually fight. They actually were amazed, because you see, you may think that you're going to fight over this until I have my way, and I'm like, just communicate. And I'm like, your parents are reasonable, so they looked and they saw it's working. So whatever we told them we are on, they see it's working and they appreciate it.
Which reminds me of the other parent we have. So our family dynamics are dynamic. Yes, so I have another mom called Mom Carol. Yes, and there's a time she called about baby being in her own room. So we had put baby from day one in a room next to ours, and for us it made sense. We're like, we don't want to be what's it called? We don't want to be disrupting her sleep in our room because of the movement. We're still working, we are still doing whatnot. So we're like, okay, the baby can be in her room and we'll be checking on her from there. So one time, I think you're talking with Mom Carol and you mentioned that. Then she gets concerned that baby is too young to be to be left alone in the other room. And so for us, the wisdom point was there is the reason that made sense to us, but you're like, okay, we hear you. We're going to deliberate on it and revert. And we did sort extra counsel, and we actually took that counsel and brought back baby into our room, at least for the first month. And then at the end of the first month is when we return baby. So understanding that people who give you counsel, because many times I've also seen with our younger people generation, where we're like, no, there is my way, there is what I have, what I know, and no one will tell me how to raise my baby or whatever. But the reality is, our parents, there are things they know that we do not know, or probably we think we know better, but there's no, and especially if something does not it's not destructive to the main goal. What is the main goal? The main goal is we want a healthy baby, healthy parents. So if the contribution that is coming is fostering that, then you're like, okay, I can.
And you can try, and then if you see it still feels and it works, and it's not maybe jeopardizing the main goal that you have, like don't first take like, this is my way and this is the highway. There is no other way. No, I'm like, it could be just the way you do it. Because they would advise, this is how you deal with maybe the tummy, this is how you deal with this. So, because
I remember when my mom came the second time, baby was very was crying.
Yes.
So she's like, could it be that akona joto, like she has heat, and
have you overdressed?
No, she asked about showering. So I'm like, have you washed the baby? I'm like, no, we shower the baby only in the evening. So she's like, you can wash her
maybe
during the day as well to help offload the fatigue of the night.
Yeah.
And it made sense.
And
I'm like, oh, okay. That, and the next day I'm like, I'll try that the next day, and I'll try and see. Yeah. So I think I did it the next day. How did it go? I don't remember how
I think we did. It say that it was the same.
Yeah, it was the same. There was no like significant change. So I reverted back to the system that I had worked along. So it's just been that taking the input, balancing it with the things that now I know to do, and seeing what works here and what there. But it's really been helpful having
because all that counsel adds up. Like everybody, there's some wisdom they carried here, there's some wisdom from another side. So the approach, I think, even in our generation, approaching our parents, because now we have too much information. So we may feel like we know more, take it like it's part of the information, and like take it that this person who loves you, they're not telling you to destroy you. You know, they could have destroyed you long enough.
Right.
So it's taking with that honor, and I think it's part of honoring. It's part of honoring them and not fighting over.
And even when there are things that you actually disagree with, the wisdom to know how to disagree, because there are things, for example, if there are things that borderline taking away from your faith, maybe they tell you bring your child for whatever rituals in the village. There are things that you will need to draw a line, but even how you draw that line needs to be honorable. You're like, okay, I hear you, but we choose not to do that, or like God will give you the wisdom how to communicate the things that you need to disagree concerning.
Now, shifting the goal to our spiritual parents. What do you think their role is? What has been their role in this process? How did they take it? You know, and all that.
I think first of all, I'd like to put a rider that in a lot of our stories, we will reference them a lot.
Yes.
And one of the reasons is because in the season that we are in, they are the closest set of parents that we have.
And even in our assignment.
Yes. Even exactly, thank you. In our assignments, they are our leaders in church.
It's like
we account to them on different fronts. So in ministry, they are our bosses in that sense. In terms of discipleship, they are our disciples. In terms of spiritual covering, they are our spiritual parents. So a lot of the blueprint we have for life, it's from them. So even in this season, it's not been any different in parenting. 99.9% of all the things that we have done, it's the things that they have taught us. And also appreciate because their parenting journey is young, in the sense of their parenting, probably their firstborn is 6 years maybe. And then the other one 2 years, maybe I think.
2 years,
So it's easy to exchange notes with them because they have done it in our context. In our context. And not just done it in our context. In my opinion, they are the most amazing parents that I know. And I'm not saying that because they are my pastors. Of course, I would say that because they are my pastors. But like legit, they have paved such a good path for us to follow. And now that we are following it and the results that I'm seeing, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to imagine if I had not been in this context, how I will be parenting. For example, like all the stories we've shared about the spiritual child, but I didn't know about it before them.
This.
Like all I knew was how women are moody during pregnancy, how pregnancy is difficult, how children are a burden and all that. But now seeing people who have taken parenting to be such a joy, their children are amazing. You know, they are raising brilliant children who are disciplined, who know how to communicate. Like The small one, Shani.
Yes.
Shani is barely 2 and she knows how to speak like a whole adult.
Yes.
Like, what? I want my baby to become that. You know, I don't want the babies who, a baby is 3 years and you're still a buju buju.
Buju, buju. Or you speak this, they're saying stucky. Really, you know, there is that language you find it.
That child
Especially with
speak.
this. Yes, Jaden. You know, they call them Jaden. Because Jaden are doing this. You know, Jaden, I don't know people call Jaden. It's now being used not rightly out there. That they, you know, they would be maybe abusing or saying, you know, the wrong thing to the parent, the way they communicate. They are entitled. You see, they're entitled, like
raising entitled children.
Entitled children, like they feel like nobody can tell them anything. They are controlling the remote in their house. The house things are theirs.
I remember, I think you're the one who asked. The time we had gone to visit our pastors, and they were in their previous house, and the walls were white.
Yes,
and
I'm
then,
the one.
Then you're like, wow, how do you have small babies? Because that time probably Shani was still one. Like, how do you have small babies and your walls are white, your couches are grey, and they don't have markings, whatever. And I don't remember what pastor told you.
She tells them. Like they tell them every time. Yes, like they should not do it. Yes. So it's teaching. They're like, no. You don't do that.
Yes. And it was something in the effect that many people let children be parents and dictate how things should run in the home. Yet you're the one who's supposed to train the child in the way that they should go, including not marking on the walls. And I'm like, what?
Such
so
a small
it's possible.
detail.
Yeah, like it's small things, but you're like, wow. So
and for me,
possible.
it was normal because I was asking, because I was telling them at home. I know, like, even we didn't paint a lot. Like, I remember my mom saying, we will paint back when we are done with parenting. And, you know, like now, because my younger brother comes, he does it. Then the smallest one comes, uses, I don't know, charcoal and chalk to write. So you see it, and it makes sense. And then now here, because that's why I asked, because I'm like, how is your wall not? I expect.
How are your walls
and
white?
they're white. Ours were, I think, blue at home, and I'm like, And you see, I understood, and I was okay.
And you accepted that reality.
And now I sing a different way. I'm like,
Wow.
now then, and then it hit me. The Bible says, teach a child in the way they should. So for me, that verse every time, even right now as we are parenting, I'm like, we are going to teach everything. No matter what it is, if we desire. For example, right now for us, we are like screens, no. So even us, we are disciplined. When you have the baby, you put your phone away or she's not looking. And I know their children at our age right now, they want, because even when you look, you put the screen, she wants to see.
She's cute,
so, and we are like, you see the way she is? So we have to teach her, no screens for you right now, you see. So, and it's like, we are teaching. We are going to teach it. It is a responsibility on us. We are also not going to expose her to some things and we decide this is a yes, these are no. It's how we are going to teach her and raise her that she is going to turn out. So I'm like, wow, like this works.
And like simple things, like even how pastor would say something that they serve their children on glass. Like, you know, Shani with her 1-year-old hands holding a glass. Me from where I'm coming from, plastics.
Plastics.
You know, plastics. You know, and then it's been such a mindset shift in that area of life. And now that I'm parenting, I'm beginning to see how actually, why not? Like if you train the child on how to hold the glass, and if an accident happens, like they drop it, you'll buy more glasses. You know, like it's just been amazing.
Because those were the things that if you give a child this, they will. And I'm like,
or the way me, including me now in my 31 years old. There are utensils on my mother's cabinet for guests that have been there for the last 10 years.
Even us.
Waiting for guests. I don't know, by the way, which guests are those that we normally wait for?
And you see, and I feel like for them it was a good thing because it's something, it's like their generation, that was a big thing. And so maybe there's some wisdom that they had gotten which made them do that. Maybe somebody would come to serve and then you find things are bad. Because you see, I look at even how we used to store things in the village. Maybe it's not in the best of ways. So maybe a cup would get, then we had the type of utensils maybe which were bought. So I think there is a wisdom to what they were doing. But now coming to this other one, I'm like, this now is even better. You know, not that, a higher. It's like you're coming. Actually, this even trains the child. Because I remember every time I kept feeling, even growing up, like, why do we have to wait for people? So it's like I always felt guests are more important than us. I remember growing up, and it was because there are things kept for guests. There are things we'll only use because guests are there. And I may not even be served in them, they may be served. And like I'm saying, they had a reason.
Yeah.
But now coming to this side, I'm like, wow, that mindset may actually have affected me to feel that I'm not as worthy as other people.
Yeah.
And like my parents, maybe I'm not worthy to them like other people.
Yeah.
Now seeing this, I'm like, I'm worthy.
Yeah.
So I treat my neighbor as I treat myself.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to treat my child differently.
Yeah.
And I treat a neighbor better.
Yeah.
It is if you come, we eat in the same. We
all
eat. So
eat
we are not.
We all eat in good
we all
plates.
good.
There's
You
no
get-
bad plate
there's
for
no
anyone.
bad plate. And this is so
Yeah.
for me. I feel like it's those learning points
Yeah.
that we keep like wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm now thinking like even as we look at the roles of our spiritual parents,
Yeah.
it's that they are modeling.
Yeah, they're
It's a
modeling
big
for sure,
role, like
for sure.
modeling, and you see how easy it is for us to parent. Because we just follow, they tell us this is what we want to do, and because we are under we just do it, and it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now in Rev Mark and Joe, okay, you people at this rate, the way you're enjoying parenting. You know, when we went for the couples retreat last week, they're like, where's baby? We're like, we left her home with the other relatives.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, you people, you're enjoying too much. But it's because we have been taking those lessons.
We
so
have been
know-
learning, following
hard.
Following hard, yeah.
And you see, you follow hard in all things. So you may think that we're just following hard in spirituality.
Yes.
You're praying, you're
Yes,
reading the
yes,
Bible.
yes,
no,
yes, yes.
like discipleship, if you think about it,
life on
it's
life.
life on life. So
Yeah.
if we can love something they do with their children, we pick it up. And you see, some of the things they have learned is not that they have learned even from a spiritual parent.
Yeah.
Some of the things they learned was from their biological parents.
Yeah.
So even as there are things we may do which we learned from our biological parents. So
yeah.
and it's looking and every time following and saying, wow, they're not saying that your biological parent is bad. No,
Yeah.
no. If something is good, they would go and say, this is good, it works, it's
Yeah.
good. They pick it.
Yeah.
So something is not good, they
I
don't
broke
pick
it.
it. So and you see us following hard and saying if this has worked, if it's giving us the results we are looking forward to, and if God has planted us here,
Yeah,
then we're going to
there's
follow.
something for
Yeah.
us. I remember you've mentioned something that I learned from my biological mom that we
Yeah.
have been applying in our home.
Hey, yes. I think I know it, but yes, let me give you the airtime.
The quality of things that we get for our home. My mom is a premiums person, and we were not a wealthy family, but in the level of resources that we had, she always made sure that we had the best. And
Yes.
I like to give examples. Like for example, we were staying in a humble, let's say, where was that? At what point? At what
Room
point?
or-
No. I want to use the latest. No, the latest is really upgraded. Let's say, for example, like when we were in Huruma, it's a single room. It's a single room apartment. Yes,
Apartment.
yes, but we have like nice sofas. My brother and I are not sharing a bed, so we have like a double decker.
Double-decker.
So he's sleeping down, I'm sleeping up. Then she has her bed. You know, like how in some of those settings you'd probably be having a makeshift mattress that you bring out of under the bed during sleep time. Like she made sure that, for example, we didn't have like a gas cooker, but we had two kerosene stoves. You know, like when neighbors have only one, us we have two, so that as the ugali is cooking, the
That's
boga is also
amazing.
cooking. Yeah, like we lived like we were the richest in our hood.
In your hood.
You don't tell. Yes, we had like a wall unit. For now, the utensils for guests, we had really nice like utensils. But actually, us, we never had a lot of plastics in our home. We actually didn't have plastics in our home.
That's
So
amazing.
at her level, like she always made sure that we had the best. When we moved into now a one bedroom house, and like it kept getting better, you'd find that when other families are using Kimbo and other funny cooking oil, as we're using Elianto.
Imagine.
And not that she has too much, but she just loves quality things at her
things.
level. And so I feel like that's something that I've carried along even now in our home.
All of us now have shit. Look, I was one of the culprits. The first days, like, you look at simple things like even tissue, the kind of tissue I would
you buy.
I would, you like maybe toilets, and then you're like, now, you come, the difference is maybe
The difference is
5 or 10
5 shillings or 10 shillings.
Then you're like, why are we not getting this one? And it's better quality. It's this. I'm like, let me tell you, it has shifted. Now I'm the one who keeps telling everybody who comes, even we are staying, we are living with some missionaries.
Yeah.
And when they came, they went and did the first shopping. We came, we first had a sit down. I was the one running the meeting. In this house, we don't buy this kind of a tissue. in this house we don't buy this. This is the rice quality.
kind of
We
rice.
have burned this rice in this place.
Sometimes they both traumatize me with some other kind of rice here. I'm like,
And you are like, what's going on?
is this even
And
good for human
you have even-
consumption?
And for them it was normal. So
Yeah.
and I'm like, you see, so I'm like, it's not that you think our parents were bad, because there are
Yeah.
things from them that we learned,
For sure, for
which
sure.
we love and we pick.
And,
So
yeah.
and we've learned that from our spiritual parents,
Yeah.
because they have picked very strong things from also their
Yeah.
biological parents. So even us, whatever we find is working, we are not going to say, this is my spiritual parent and I won't listen to anything about my
Anyone else,
biological.
yeah.
No, that's not.
Or even from
Yeah.
friends.
Or
and,
even from
and
friends, and
peers,
you're like,
there are
you
people
know.
who are running their homes in
Yeah.
a certain way that you admire. If
Yes.
it's working and it's
Yes.
good, please borrow and
Borrow
copy and
copy
implement.
and implement.
Like, yeah.
We are going to be admiring all of you and wondering, how do you do with your children?
Yeah.
What do you do? And you hear every time, like, even when you have like the children Sunday, this parent comes and says, this is what I do with my child. And even us, we keep copying, we keep learning. Oh, that's what they do. That's why their child is like that.
Yeah.
We are going to pick it
Yeah.
up. So I feel like that role of modeling,
Yeah.
how we balance spiritual parents versus biological parents, because I feel like from the Pentecostalism,
Yeah.
people tend to ignore the biological parents. If you look at the bigger,
Yeah.
wider...
You cut links.
Yes, you cut links and you're like, you people are backward. As
people
with
are
this
of
way.
the devil.
But I see how they handle
Yeah.
the two with grace,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
for
have a
sure.
spiritual parent or a bishop.
Yeah.
We see how they take any instruction from me.
Yeah.
Then we come and see their parents.
How
They
they
come
handle
and
their
they tell us
parents.
things, and you see,
Yeah.
that's why you do things like
Yeah.
that. I'm all, and I feel like it has given me grace to accept things, because you see, I'm coming from a mainstream church. Now I'm coming to this side of life, which God has planted me here,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can keep respecting and honoring them and picking whatever good
Whatever
it is
good
from,
that
and not
works,
saying
yeah.
that this does not work. You people, you are backward. I
Yeah.
don't want to listen to.
Yeah.
Like, I feel for me that modeling of how
Yeah.
to balance this, because for a long time I felt like it would always be antagonistic, like we're always fighting.
That there will
that
always
it
be a
will
fight
like
between
it's-
biological
yes, that I'm not taking
parents
anything
and
from
spiritual
you.
parents. That's
And
interesting.
Very, yeah, like for me, that has been a big thing.
Yeah.
And like, even as I look up to them, I'm
Yeah.
like, I like how they do
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah, and even now that we ourselves are pastors,
Yeah.
and the people that we shepherd, having that blueprint of reminding them to honor
Honor
their
their
parents.
biological, yeah, both, yeah.
Yes. Have you visited your
Yes.
biological parents? You're just here, Passy, I have a
Passy.
gift for you,
Eh,
Passy.
eh.
When was the last time you
You
gifted
gifted
your
your
biological
biological
parent? When if they're coming for counsel from us and they are still people under the care of their
Of their
parents, maybe
parents.
they are students, you're like, so what did your mom say?
Yes.
Did you check with your
Yes.
your parent, like learning how to, and that brings me to the amazing book by Apostle Moses Mukisa, where he talks about the principles and practice
Of
of honor.
honor. Yeah, that
And he
has been a
says
major one.
honor is 360.
360.
That you cannot claim to be honoring to God and then dishonoring to your parents,
Yeah.
or you cannot claim to be honoring to your spiritual parents and dishonoring to your biological parents, or you cannot claim to be honoring your pastor and dishonoring to your fellow churchmates. That that it's actually scripture that talks about clean water cannot come
Yes.
from
A
what?
dirty spring
From
or
a dirty
something, yeah.
spring, yes. That every fruit bears after its own
Yes,
kind. So if there is dishonor in you in one area,
It is just a matter of
it is
time.
a matter of time to spill
It will
over
spill
to the
over.
other area.
And that's- and that's-
so that's,
and that's
so for
very
me
good.
actually, honestly, it's been a long journey. I've mentioned that we've not
Yeah.
been in a good relationship with my mom for a long time, but my relationship with my spiritual parents have helped me
Yes.
still keep coming back to try to make amends on this side.
And you see, every time they'll keep asking, how is your
Yeah,
other
how-
parent?
how-
How
so
is
how is
it
your
going?
mom?
Like, they
So,
keep asking, have you visited them?
How is your bro?
You know.
Then you're like, it's been 5 months.
been
then you're
5
like,
months.
wait, I need to do better.
Yeah. So even if at times
Yeah.
they would not say, go
They
do
will not-
this,
yeah.
they'll be like, you see, because
Yeah,
they
they
keep
will be
asking. It's
prompting.
like,
Yeah.
even when I remember when now we told them, we've told them about the baby and they
Yeah.
are coming. They were excited.
They're
Like,
like,
when he told them that,
wow,
wow,
yeah.
our mom came, that both moms came,
Yeah.
they were here together,
Yeah.
they enjoyed, they were so happy. They are like,
Yeah.
that's very good. You see, so that tells you their heart is,
In the budgeting that they have taught us,
yes.
there is a budget point called honoring parents, and they're like, okay, have you sent your honor money to your parents? So it's really amazing to see how that interplays.
It's amazing. So, and for me, that has been a big role of them modeling. And now maybe we can look at friends and colleagues. What do you think has been their biggest role during this time?
I think for me, in friends, there's two levels. There are the peer parents. Peer parents here are people who we are in the same parenting stage. With them. Now this will be the Marumos, the Pastor Gitongas, the Ngumbaos, the Ndagoris, like people who we are in the same season. We're just starting parenting at the same level. So it's been amazing exchanging notes.
Yes.
Like now for those who are steps ahead of us, like the Marumos and the Gitongas. Yes, so you're able to check, like, okay, how did you do this at this level? Yes, so it's people who you can relate, but they are also ahead of you, so it's easy to get information from them quick, fast, like, nimbaya hapa, so how are you navigating this? So it's really been helpful. It's really been helpful. Then also there is now the friends who, like now for me, my friends who are still single, and they have been very available to help. Like, for example, there are errands I would want helped with that Pastor Beth cannot help me with, because she's also in the same parenting season as I. She also needs help. So, but for example, Sister Joy can help me run that errand. There are times I just need a sister to talk to, and Spacey would be that person, Sha would be that person. So it's been amazing to have different level of assistance like that, like the peers who it's information sharing, it's experience sharing, and sparring each other to good works.
Faith people,
company. Yes, like, this is what we are believing for. This is where we are at, but we are believing like, so it worked for you. Okay, now I'll go do it better. That way, then now there is those who are not yet parents and they have been invaluable help. Oh my God, the missionaries we are staying with.
Yes, the missionaries we are staying. We are staying with amazing missionaries here.
God is amazing, because last year, like when towards delivery, one of my faith point was I needed a lot of help. And I didn't know how that would span out. In my small mind, I thought that probably I need to have a lot of money to pay two nannies, one to focus on baby.
And one to, I remember we us discussed.
And one to focus on the cleaning and housekeeping, And as God will have it, as we transited into the year, we started hosting our mission school at our home. And so we got people who now stay with us, full resident missionaries who are staying with us. And they have been such a blessing. Number one, they took away all the homekeeping role from us. We only have homekeeping roles once a week. That's on Wednesday. That's when we cook for them and whatever. But all the other days, they're the ones who are taking care of the home, so we never have to think about it. It's been such a blessing, because I don't imagine how that would have been. And
this
just
baby.
Connecting this with our previous episode where we're talking about how parenting and recovery is, I feel like one of the reasons why we have bounced back very easy is because we have a lot of help. Like if I'm going anywhere, like for example, right now as we shoot, we call them the other relatives.
Baby Grace,
Sister Grace has other relatives. So she's there with her other relatives. I'm not worried.
When we went for the couples retreat last weekend,
we didn't even text or call it. How are you guys doing? We know they're okay.
We had pumped enough milk for the whole day. For like 2 days, we stocked. We didn't text or even call. They have seen us run the routine.
Like they
already know the routine at what time.
They have been such a blessing. For me, they are an answered prayer.
Yes, because I remember every time I kept remembering that prayer. And you see, it's one of the things I'm doing, guys, in my channel, Mwalimu Nyota. I'm doing something on faith and finances. And one of the things I've been talking is on the unlimited nature of God. When we were praying for help. We were praying for money. By that time, it was money. We were even looking at the projects we need to have. And those projects would help us maybe get money to hire two nannies. We didn't get some of those. Actually, we didn't get those projects.
I delivered before we could do those projects.
So we had to pause them because it was on the publishing company. So we are like, okay, now we have visionaries.
Yeah.
All the things we were thinking and praying.
All
'Cause
the
you see,
help we
all the
needed
help
came in the package of hosting
missionaries. So
yeah.
I'm like, God is so unlimited. He hears every prayer
Yeah.
and he meets every need.
And
like,
he has 1,001 ways to meet those needs.
Man, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? And so valuing, I feel like, so one of the roles is us valuing our friends.
Yeah.
One thing I've loved even about you, because at least I joined this church community later. So I didn't have very many friendships before you were here longer.
Yeah.
So they're the friends you had before we even knew each other. We got married.
Yeah.
And you've maintained those friendships. And that has been good to see like how that navigation has happened, where you say, okay, I became a parent. And
I became a wife. I became a parent.
I have nothing to do with all this.
Yeah.
And seeing how you've managed to keep those different levels. They may not be now very many people, you know, in you didn't have maybe the close friends, very many, but those few you had, I still see you nurturing those friendships. Some you're mentoring them, they are still younger, you know, and others you are almost sisters, but now there's even a level of them looking up to you, but there's still the level of sisterhood. You can feel it even as you're talking. And so for them, they are looking at a bigger sister. I feel like you've navigated it with a lot of grace. I just keep admiring and thinking, wow. Like that has been, like for me, it was one of the things, I remember even as we were transitioning in those times, what will you do with this? Now are you going to leave them? And now seeing to date, you're nurturing, some you're now mentoring, some of them are part of the Dream Squad, and they are very joyful there. You're helping them, pushing them a lot to push their dreams. I'm like, it's nurturing friendships and taking the blessing of friendship, so that friendship should not feel like a burden. Just need,
true.
you know, and it's just knowing, okay, this is the rule of the friendship. It's not stepping on boundaries, you know, and your friends, you know, they know at this time I'm with the husband, and they know the husband has priority. So when I come to us, at times I'll see you posing and say, just a minute, my husband is here. We deal, and I go and I leave. So I just keep seeing that, and I feel like even those friends who are not married in your circles have learned how to deal with now the situation that we are married. Because initially it was like, hey, we don't know. Will she just vanish? Will she, you know, because you see there was something already you are building, and a good number of them you are mentoring. So I feel like friends, and the way you've looked at it wholesomely, that they're friends we are peers with, they are friends who are just above us. And above us, like they have gone before us, maybe their children are a bit, and you know, we can borrow 1, 2, 3 days, then they are now friends under us. And all these people have something there. Under us mainly, we pour into them, and they're excited. So we should be actually happy to have some of them, not many. They may not be many, but we have them. These peers, we are working as a faith company, and we should nurture. You know, I remember Reverend Daniel is one who keeps telling me, you should nurture that friendship. And it's because all these, you see, God, the way He created human beings, we are social beings.
That's
you
right.
can't be alone. So we have to nurture different, because there are things which are not for our spiritual, like they are part of our relationship, which we can't share per se with
upwards.
A level upward. You see, the way I would be interacting with my spiritual parents, there's the level of friendship at that level. There's also a level of friendship at our peer level. The things we'd be discussing, maybe going out every other time. I may not be telling my person, my spiritual parent every day,
hey, I'm coming.
Hey, I'm coming.
Like there, for example, we would just show up at them Gumbaos. They don't know we are coming. We want to surprise them. We are like, we are here, guys. And we are sleeping over.
We are sleeping over.
You can't do that with your pastors.
You guess. So, but you notice we are also friends with our spiritual parents. But there is a level of that. So I feel like, man, that's why I'm saying parenting for me has been amazing.
It's amazing.
And I love just to see this walk, you know, how it goes. Man, this is community. It takes a village. And let's appreciate like all levels. Let's keep drawing those boundaries where we need, but let's keep nurturing. You see, a nurturing spirit would draw boundaries with love. Not telling people, I cut you off. I don't want to see you. It is nurturing
I'm now
and
married,
saying,
you guys,
you know, now I'm married.
Until you get married, we can't be friends.
Yes, we can't be friends. It's telling them, hey, now you know I have a husband, so let me go and fix them. You didn't tell them, I won't talk to you. They just know at that point. So they start learning how to deal with you. You don't push them away. And you can see the amount of help we have really got.
It's been amazing.
And God, like all this help is there. I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons we really are enjoying parenting.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
I don't know what is your parting shot for. Yes. For this episode.
Don't be a lone ranger. It's something I've been thinking about recently with the virtual culture, like where everything now is online. You're working from home. You can shop online and order Glovo to bring you your food. So it's the technological advancement. It's reducing the human interaction. And so you have to be very intentional to keep human interaction going, because that is what fuels the human side of you. There's a human side of you that needs care, that needs nurturing. You need a friend, and be the friend. Step out, make a friend. Go to church. Church is a good place to make friends. You know, serve in a department, you know, where you can be in a smaller group or be part of your small group, whatever that looks like in your church community. And give into your friendships, support your friends in the different seasons. Like I have been saying how for me, the people who are supporting me in this season, the people who in different seasons I have also supported them in their context, whatever that look like. And so now they are showing up for me in my season. But community is beautiful. It has its own challenges, but the beauty is way more and bigger and beautiful and all amazing, amazing. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Don't walk alone. Do not walk alone.
Wow. Yeah. And that's amazing. This has been the amazing episode. Imagine God created us for friendship himself.
Yeah.
Even God expects us to be friends with him at his level. And he didn't say now cancel all other friendships.
Yeah.
You know, so look at your friends that way. Like, we were meant for this. We were meant to be friends and nurture them for every season. I think it's just amazing to see how you navigate every season. Look at it keenly and then don't nurture. Don't throw away. Just nurture. You know, some may fall off. You know, I know it's part of part of the nurturing. There are some who
pruning.
We may need pruning. It's part of it. Look, even the apostles, I remember, you know, if you look at 1 John, when he says that he wishes that we may have fellowship, and he says that truly that they're inviting us to this side of life, that we may have fellowship with them. And he says that their fellowship is also with the Father and with the Holy Spirit. So you can see, John is like, I want you people to come. We are teaching you these things so that you may come and have fellowship with us as your teachers. So there's going to be a level of fellowship at that level, and have fellowship with each other, and also have fellowship with God and the Holy Spirit. So I feel that community is good for all of us. There are perspectives we can only learn because we have community. If you're a lone ranger, you're going to be so imbalanced in life.
You have blind spots.
Blind spots, very many. Nobody can, you know, you don't even have people who can correct you, who can speak to your life. You know, you will be a very imbalanced human being. Like, embrace them. Embrace community again. The right company. Remember Psalms? Don't walk in the wrong company. Find the right company, nurture that company. Man, it takes a village. It takes a village to even raise a kid. It takes a village. I can tell you, she will become better because she is in the community of all these people. She's not a lone ranger. While as parents, our role is to ensure that she's getting the right company. We are ensuring that she is protected and guarded in whichever area and according to the way we are trying to build her. But we can't tell her that she's going to stay in the house alone. No, she's going to get into the community, and we are growing a good, responsible community. We can be sure that she is safe. Imagine when you have to go and you're not worried if you're going to meet her having done bad things or gotten into the wrong, habits.
Baby, sorry. I just remembered. This might be take us in a rabbit hole for a minute.
Okay.
That if everyone is doing their work well, we will raise a good community for our children. Like, for example, in my discipleship work, I work a lot with young people, and most of the things that they struggle with in their young adult lives is things that they were introduced to by their cousins or family friends when they were young. So if we, as the parents of Sister Grace and all her future siblings, if we do a good job in parenting and making sure that we are bringing them in the ways of the Lord, the Ngumbaos do the same for their children, the Gitongas do the same for their children, the Marumos do the same for their children, Shauna Mission and your husband do the same for your children.
Receive in Jesus' name.
Prophesy. Like, if now all our community, the way we are raising our kids, do a good job, we are creating a good community where, like our pastor likes to say, we'll raise children who who know how to speak in tongues from a very young.
Yes.
They are born again from very young. All they know is Jesus. They will never be introduced to drugs, pornography, because there's no one to introduce them.
Because all their friends.
All their friends are speaking in tongues. All their
Yes.
friends are miracle workers. All
They're
their
doing
friends.
the mission.
Yeah.
When do they have that time?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
if they're going for hanging out, they're going for soul winning in the estate. You understand? Like if it's having fun, we are all in a good community where like there is clean avenues of having fun. And so for me, I have felt that weight of responsibility now to do a good job with my child, of course with the help of the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
and trust that every other parent in our community is doing the same. So as we bring up these children together, like they will do wonders. Yeah.
Wow, man, this can only get better. I hope you're enjoying the conversations.
Yeah.
You know, looking forward to, you know, to the next episodes and maybe the next series that we are on.
Yeah.
Ensure that you subscribe. Look, subscribe to get all
And
these-
share this to your
Share with
friends.
your friends. Let people hear this
Yeah.
out. You know, we are sharing it. Share it out with
Yeah.
as many people as possible to follow
Yeah.
this story. Until next time, have a nice time. Bye bye.